everybody! So last week we made a video about if Raven Semblance was or wasn't good luck for Patreons. And I plan to have it out this week because I didn't think we'd get the answer. But basically, a rundown of that short video is that I never liked that idea because I feel like it was a bit too, like, cliche and like, ooh, the twins have opposite powers, ooh, spooky. Like, I thought that was, frankly, I thought it was annoying. And I didn't like it, and so we talked about what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, like, possibilities. And basically our evidence sort of is that when Raven is around Crow during some of the scenes, bad luck stuff still happens to him, like, with the winter fight, Raven apparently was watching, and so, there's kind of that too. So now we know for sure it's not good luck, and her sword doesn't make the portals, guys, alright? A lot of people thought, like, no, she has a good luck semblance, and the sword is making the portals, because she got the sword from Salem, and I was like, okay, shut the fuck up with that, I don't want to hear
I mean,
that nonsense.
it
was okay, but, like, do you really want her to have good luck, though? Like,
is she also, like, a skinwalker, or whatever that old theory of ours was?
Well, she can still turn into a raven, so yes. For now, yes, she is. And so, like, when you kind of think about it that way, like, again, for the people that had that idea, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, like, in concept, but I'm saying that in practice, it's just a bad idea because it would be super, it would be, like, it's a trope, but it would borderline a cliche if they didn't do it properly, right? Because that, like, I hate that twins thing, like, ooh, the twins have opposite powers, so they balance each other out when they're together, so they have to be together, like, fuck off with that, I don't give a shit.
You're very angry at
Yeah,
that.
Again, I'm not saying that anybody that thought that was the answer was stupid. Like, I could see Miles and Carrie doing that, which makes them stupid, not you. But it's just, it wasn't, like, narratively, it's not interesting at all. Like, Raven making portals that, you know, she bonds with people, and as she bonds with people, she can get new portals, is 100 times more interesting than anything good luck related at all. And so let's unpack this for a second. So people that she bonds with, she can then teleport to them basically whenever. And that is sort of what we got here in terms of information we know. So there's one for Tai, who she bonded with, there's one for Yang, and there's one for Crow. And so we can kind of toy around with these ideas that if she doesn't feel a connection to these people anymore, the bonds will break. Sort of thing, and that it's like, it's literally sort of like, I don't want to use red string of fate, but if you watch some animes, there's like, in the openings, there's sometimes red strings of fate around the characters that are sort of fated to be together, and there's that connection, and like, you try to cut it with scissors, but bitch, it won't cut, because it's fate, and the gods do not give a shit. And so it's kind of like, it reminds me of that a little bit, but instead, like, the bonds can be cut. And so now you could say that maybe, because Raven hasn't been around Tai in a while, maybe she still cares about him, I don't know. But if she doesn't care about him, Tai is then replaced with someone like Vernal, or, you know, something like that. And so she obviously still cares about Crow enough to see him wherever she is. She saved Yang, but you could say that as she kind of disconnects with people in her life, she makes new reconnections and new bonds, and I enjoy that. I think that's super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you'd like to say about that?
Well, ultimately, I suppose, when it comes to, no, I'll
make your points. I know
no,
how.
I wanna...
Okay. But I think Super Quake was the one that was locked.
Yeah. That was what I wanted.
Anyways, so when you kind of think about it like that, I think that it makes it really interesting because we don't see Raven as sort of a lovey person, but yet her semblance is basically connections with people. So
yeah,
she obviously values
and I think that
family.
might have something to do with her secret, because if it is
her
it's
secret about Ozpin.
That they confirm wow, that was a world record for me dying. That they, in the same episode, that they confirm that your personality has an effect on your semblance. They talk about a woman with a connection semblance.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you wonder what forced her not to do that. So
what forced her not to do that?
To force her to, like, stop having connections with these people.
But
because she has connections.
She still has the connection.
But she's not physically with them.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean?
But I think that was because she went after the bandits, right?
Well, maybe that, but there could... Here's the thing. I think that this is all preamble to, like, them showing, like, something, like a major... I mean, we already know that. But I think
here's what I think, okay?
Like, because she clearly loved these people, she had connections with these people, and yet she sort of abandoned them in a lot of ways. And I feel like what she's going to tell Yang and Weiss about will be that, and I think it will be a really huge thing and have something to do with why she left.
I think it's more going to be that she still has a connection with Tai though, and Yang and all of them.
Yeah, but then she ran. I mean, okay, I don't mean connection is.
Yeah,
not,
I understand, but I'm saying that I think what's more gonna happen is that the truth about Ozpin will be that Ozpin kind of led Summer to her death, and that she had that connection with Summer, but then, obviously she didn't anymore, and so she was willing to work for Ozpin before, and maybe that's why she left the family originally, instead of going back to the bandits, like, she was doing stuff for Ozpin, but as soon as, like, Tai doesn't seem like he's part of the Ozpin Illuminati. Like, Tai does not seem like he's active at all in trying to help.
He just wants to, like, wear his jorts and...
Yeah, and so...
I
don't know how to explain this. I guess it's just, like, when you kind of think of things like that, so I'll just say, basically, like, I'll set the scene. So, Raven leaves to go do stuff for Ozpin. She values Ozpin more than the family, and that gets Tai really mad, because she said that she was kind of also tricked by Ozpin, right? And so, that's kind of when Tai goes to Summer, who is also sort of working for Ozpin, but she's just taking a little bit of a vacation right now, because Ozpin understands, I guess. And so, like, Raven leaves without kind of messaging back, you could say. She goes to help Crow on missions and stuff. By the time that she kind of is ready to reconnect with Tai again, because she's done doing whatever she has to for Ozpin, Tai's with Summer, and she's like, okay, you little shit, like, okay. And so there's kind of that. And so, then, Summer goes on a mission for Ozpin, and she never comes back home, and Raven sort of shuns everyone, and so that's kind of why things fall apart, because Tai moved on to another woman while she was just trying to get her shit together, and then, like, Crow kept working for Ozpin, even though Ozpin caused Summer's death, and then, there were more connections that started to break down over time, especially with her connection with Summer, right, because now Summer's dead, and so that is kind of where I see things going here, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like, it's the connection. I understand, I don't like to use the word connection so much, but the connection that you're making with the personality base, I feel like this is it. Like, this is the connection that we can make here, is that she used to really love the people that were in her life and, like, care about them a lot and everything, but then, like, as stuff started to fall apart, like, Raven single-handedly tore Team Stark apart, right? And I feel like this is why. It's because, like, she valued these people so much to make these bonds with them that they would have an automatic portal in her heart. That, like,
What a metaphor.
Like, that she, like, as she was kind of doing things, it destroyed those literal and, like, metaphorical bonds. You know what I mean? So I feel where you're going, and I think this is really interesting. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Because you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, I understand what you mean, but I feel like this is where the personality influence comes in, is that with the tribe, she valued the people in the tribe. Like, she values people over family, but then the people that she considered family outside of the tribe, like Tai and Summer, and Crow is still her brother, but whatever.
I have a
like,
feeling
those
that...
people let her down, and that's why she kind of came after Yang specifically, and then later came after Crow. It's because with Yang didn't let her down yet. Like, she could see whether or not Yang would, right? And so when Yang says, I'm not here for you, like, this isn't the place, like, sort of when she's talking to the bandits, how Raven says, maybe you're already where you belong, or the stuff like that. It's sort of like, that's the last sort of bond that needs to be broken. Like, that's why she went to go get Yang. Like, she's still talking to Crow because she wants info, but in terms of, like, bonds with Yang, I think the reason why she saved Yang and didn't break off with Yang like she did with Tai, let's say, is because she wanted to see if Yang would sort of betray her, like you could say Summer and Tai and Crow, because they were all sort of in leagues with Ozpin. So I think that's pretty interesting, you know what I mean?
I also feel like this is bound to be, like, because eventually, like, we're going to learn this next episode. So I feel like it's going to be Raven's thing as good luck all over again.
What do you mean?
Because it's like, we're like, oh, we think we know it, but then we
But we do know the semblance. We're just talking about how it's related to her personally.
Yes, and then what if it's totally like something, it's like, well, I had a dog. I
No,
love this
but
dog.
she's not explaining that. She's explaining, like, Ozpin. She's not explaining herself.
We don't really know.
I mean, that's what she said. She said that you guys deserve to know the truth about Ozpin, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna talk about Ozpin.
I thought she just said the truth.
Yeah, but she meant in relation to Ozpin, because she said to Yang, Like, you should know what you're getting into before you go to Crow, because Crow still trusts Ozpin, and I don't trust Ozpin. Like, it's very clearly about Ozpin. I don't think she's gonna be like, well, girls, now that you're both here, sorry I kidnapped you, by the way, but it's time to talk about my semblance and my tragic backstory. Like, that's not where they're going. I think they're talking about Ozpin, and then Ozpin will be related to her semblance, which is different. You know? It gives more of a hint than, like, here's, like, about my life. Like, it's less exposition-y. It's more like, I'm gonna tell you about Ozpin, and you can figure out things about me based on what we say about Ozpin, sort of thing. So, yeah.
What if it comes out that her and... Anyways, no. Rose
Oh,
birds,
stop. Oh, wait, her and what? Summer?
Yes.
Summer's fine. I thought you were talking about her and, Ozpin. I was like, oh man, like, Hunter, what are you doing? Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video.
What if it was like you're not Ty's child, you're Ozpin's child?
No! Oh my god.
He used to be blonde before he got...
He
used to be blonde before he got gray.
But remember, Ozpin's been through a lot of bodies, though.
I mean, hey, man.
Maybe he had a blonde one? Is that what you're saying?
He had a blonde one,
I hate you so much sometimes. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. We just wanted to kind of speculate on this, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.